just heard a banging noise. What's happening? Right when I start. Let's make some noise right when I start. Of course. Hello. How are we today? Checking in, saying hi. What the hell's going on with Donald Wells? Also want to discuss the Summer Wells case and see how everybody's doing. So let's see who comes on. It's Tuesday. Keep thinking it's Wednesday. It's a Tuesday. No kidding. No kidding. I have some time to hang out and chat. Let's see who pops on. And I don't know how well my internet will hold on for, but let's do this. I shared on my community tab a recent interview with Donald Wells. And then last night I was catching up on my YouTube and I kept seeing like Crazy Candace interview and Donald and Candace going at it. And I'm like, what is happening? Like, what did I miss the last week? And what a shit show. What a shit show. And so I had some thoughts about that. I also had a request to do another reading on Summer Wells. And quite frankly, I don't want to because there's plenty of readers out there that are doing them. And I just really don't want to do them. I don't want to do another one because it seems like most likely that Donald and Candace are going to run it into the ground and it's all going to play itself out. So we don't need a psychic to tell us that, do we? No, we don't. Anyway, I'm coming on to say hello. I don't know how much time I'm going to have, but there's a possibility I might have to leave. But anyway, I don't know when was the last time I was in here. Last week, I guess. And what's going on YouTube? What's happening? What's happening? What's wrong? What is wrong? What is wrong? What's wrong? Having a Diet Coke. I don't understand it. I'm burning up. It's like, what's the temperature right now? It's not even that hot outside. It's 67. It's 67 degrees, and for some reason, my landlord has central heat on, and I'm burning up. I'm burning up. I have the windows open. I'm like, what the heck's going on? So I'm like in a sauna right now. I probably am glistening because I'm sweating. I'm a hot mess. I know I look a little blurry on camera because my Wi-Fi, I'm out in the, as the old timers call it, I'm out in the sticks. I'm out in the sticks. I'm out in God's country where the Wi-Fi is not like it is in town. Of course, in town is probably crap too, but you know. Oh my gosh. My phone's driving me nuts. enough about me. Let's see who pops on. So, Summer Wells, I did 4 readings on Summer. You're welcome to look at the playlist. Here's the playlist, the Summer Wells playlist. And you're welcome to check it out. Hi, Malia. You're outside eating chili. There's 2 yellow jackets that want my chili. Chili sounds tasty. I don't even know what to make for dinner, but chili sounds yummy. Did you make the chili or did you order the chili? Yum. All the, excuse me, all the yellow jackets or the bugs or the bees, there's been a couple of bees I've seen, but we had these great big hornets this summer. They're gone. Thank you, God, because they were really scary. Oh, you made it delish. Sounds good. This morning, I'm walking through the house and I look down and there's a great big wolf spider. And I thought at first it was dead because it wasn't moving, but I had seen this wolf spider last week because I had taken down sweaters because it's gotten cold here to wash my sweaters. And this big wolf spider went wee out of the sweaters. And I'm like, where did it go? And then I didn't see it. It was somewhere in the bedroom. I'm like, Jesus. Anyway, and so here we are about a week later, and I saw the spider again. And I don't kill spiders because they eat the bugs and stuff. So I captured it and had it in a little plastic container like you get from takeout places. And then I forgot I put the spider in there. And then about 2 hours later, I checked it and shook it, and it's like, I'm still alive. And then you know, I'm like, freedom, and put it outside. Uh, ugh, I don't like big giant spiders. The little teeny tiny ones, I don't care because I don't really see them. But wolf spiders are very scary. Yes, they are. They're scary. Luckily, it didn't bite any of us. Thank God. Um, it was weird. It was a big, weird looking spider left over from Halloween. So I gave the spider a new life, which was fun. Um, I did a podcast this morning, a package in order, finished up a reading, and what else did I do? Wash dishes, trying to straighten up and clean. I don't know about you, but I have like piles of papers. Like I have a little pile of papers here. Then I have a big pile of papers here. I like have piles of papers that I need to go through, or I'll have bags of stuff from my entire life, like collected in a bag, and I don't know what to do with them because all my Halloween stuff's still out. And I'm thinking, well, it's November, I had my Halloween stuff up for like a month. Maybe it's time to take it down. I'm not ready to take it down because I'm not ready to put up Christmas stuff yet, but there's a part of me that's ready for Christmas, but I know if I do it now, by the time Christmas rolls around, I'm going to be sick of looking at it and I'm just going to like puke up Christmas. And so I'm trying to hold off on that, but it's tempting. It's tempting because they're already playing Christmas music where I live. And they started playing Christmas songs on this one radio station 4 days after Halloween. And what do? I'm like, ooh, yeah. And the first Christmas song I heard was Last Christmas by Wham, which I love that Christmas song. Me and my best friend, that was our favorite Christmas song together. And it came on. That was the first Christmas song. Last Christmas I gave you. And I'm like, yay, wee. And then I'm like, no, 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 no. And it's gonna happen. I know. I'm gonna start decorating. I'm gonna put the Christmas screensaver on the TV. I'm gonna have the fake crackling fire in the background. Um, you know, I'm gonna be buying myself Christmas candles. I'm already saving my candles for what I want for Chris. It's nuts. And so I have to rein it in. I gotta rein it in because I know if I do, I'm gonna sneeze. I know if I do it now, I'm gonna hate it when Christmas comes. I know. I'm looking at my Christmas tree right now in a bag. It's artificial. And I see it from here and I'm like tempted. I'm going to put it up. I'm going, no, no. Anyway, your neighbors took down Halloween and put up Christmas. Local stations started playing Christmas music on November 1st. Oh my God. That's insane. I thought it was nuts when I heard the Christmas songs that early, but that's crazy. Who else is for Christmas songs? Maybe it's because of COVID and the pandemic and all that bullshit. Maybe that's why I'm like wanting to just go all out with decorating, you know? And because Christmas lights bring you happiness. They're glittery Christmas decorations. It does bring you some whimsy. It does bring you some happiness. And so, um, I don't know. I might do it. I might not. I'm not there yet. I'm not for sure. I'm not sure what to do. So I'm like at a standstill. Uh, I'm at a standstill. Not really sure. Somebody help me. Somebody help. So anyway, and yesterday was my my baby daddy's birthday. I thought he was a year older than what he is, but he's not. I'm like, wow. I'm like in the future. And then I had to take her to the doctor because she had some weird skin thing going on, and she plays trumpet in band. So she's developed trumpet mouth because we think she's sensitive to the metals in the mouthpiece. So of course, if you go to the doctor and then wait for a prescription, it literally took about 3 hours for everything. But she was so excited because the medicine was working like within the first hour of taking it. And so we were just overjoyed because we've been dealing with this skin thing for months. We've tried creams, lotions, homeopathic remedies, tinctures. We've tried everything. And then finally, I'm like, you got to go. You have to go to the doctor. So they put her on prednisone. She's taking a steroid and she's having some freaky skin outbreak. So it's weird. But anyway, we're fine now. So I had that going on. Um, it's crazy. There's a what? A criminal investigation on the fundraiser for Summer Wells that made 35,000. It was a scam. Really? Who put that together, Malia? Was the family that did the family put that together? That's crazy. Well, you know something? Summer Wells has been missing now for what? One, two, three, four, almost 5 months. Almost 5 months. And then you look at Cleo Smith in Australia, who went missing for what, 2 weeks? Yeah, you can email me. Um, and you wonder, like, wow, why is there such a difference? And I really think that this whole Summer Wells has become such a circus. And when I say Summer Wells, I'm talking about her family. But the fact that this whole thing's become such a circus. And really, Donald and Candace need to get off YouTube. They need to get off TV. They need to stop talking unless it has anything to do with their daughter. Stop talking. Stop getting on all these YouTube channels. Don't create a YouTube channel for yourself. It's just become this it's it's crazy. And I think one day they're going to really regret all of it because it's out there. It's out there for people to watch for eternity, and it's really, really sad. So, and if you listen to how Donald Wells conducts himself when he's on camera on these YouTube channels and how he speaks to his wife is just disgusting. How disrespectful he is to her and vice versa. And it's just an ugly, ugly scene. And it's like, are you serious right now? I mean, hi, Barbara Fox. Alrighty then. As like a little Christmas wrap of some kind. I've met a lot of Don and Candaces too, and people seem shocked by their personalities or by the way they're conducting themselves. I'm not surprised at all. Now, does that mean they're automatically guilty? No. But what a toxic relationship and how that must have influenced or played over in their children's lives. Number one. Um, Number two, they're just they're going to ruin each other. It's just going to implode at some point. So it's going to totally implode. So somebody asked me, cute rat. Somebody asked me to do an updated reading on summer, and they asked for, they requested on one of my summer videos, can I do an updated reading on summer, preferably location, please, of where she's located? And I'm thinking to myself, no, I am not going to read any more about that case. I'm done. I'm done. It attracts a really strange crowd, and I'm just done. Hold on a second. Going on? Oh, how are you today? How are you today? I have a four-legged visitor. Anyway, and it just attracts that case attracts some weirdos, and so does the Delphi murder case. The Delphi case has attracted some strange things out of that too. And so at some point, I don't feel that's necessary for me to proceed. There's plenty of other readers out there that can. I just don't want to touch it. And I really don't want to tap into their energies. No thanks. I'm happy today. I'm happy right now. I don't want to tap into that energy. I don't want to go there. I do not want to even s- have a taste of that craziness. Um, you know what I'm saying? Hey, wild card. Hey, used to be boo. Not sure what that means. Hmm. Having some interesting ones. And so there's no point. I think eventually one of them is going to break because they're kind of like Donald and Candace are kind of against each other. They feed off each other. They feed off each other's toxicities. And I just think one of them, if they had anything to do with their daughter's disappearance, I think one of them is going to just go after the other one or throw the other one under the bus. Oh, Boo's Love. Oh, you used to be Boo. Boo's Love, I remember you. Okay, thank you. I was like, what's this about? How you doing? So I just kind of feel like it's gonna happen. Donald Wells is too much of a narcissist. He needs attention, and it drives Candace nuts. He needs attention. He needs it. He craves it. He wants it. Um, he can't help himself. He can't help himself. And I just think at this point, it's almost like just let it play out, people. Let it freaking play itself out. It's gonna play itself out anyway. So judge me by the people I avoid. Amen. Exactly. Pick up the play phone. I don't think Don and Candace had anything to do with Summer's disappearance, but they made everything worse for themselves. You believe kidnapping? Don is abusive. Yeah, Don is abusive. He's very abusive, very abusive. And I think they both are to each other. Absolutely. Hi, Julia. Julia. Hold on a second. All right, I'm back. I have a four-legged friend who walked in, so I had to give her some attention. It's your song. I know. Thank you, Wild Card. Welcome to Official Mystic Villager. Thank you for supporting the channel. You know, you can now use custom emojis in chat that are for members only. Here's an example of what they look like. And you get access to members only posts. Whoop whoop. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Um, Thank you, Wild Card. Yeah, it is like an oh my god, it is like an 80s horror movie. Not 90s, it's an 80s. Totally, totally 80s. Um, New phone and your subscription have been dropped for some reason. Weird. Well, welcome back, Wildcard, formerly known as Booze Love. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming back on, as well as joining the channel. Whoop whoop. Um, just let it play itself out with these two. It's unfortunate, especially for their children, and it's sad because they're the real victims. Um, Donald is almost 60 years old. He's had his entire life to be a fucktard. Candace, I mean, they're almost like twin flames in some regard. Kindred souls. I feel sorry for her in some aspects, and then I don't. And it's just it's just really gross at this point. It's just really, really gross. Um, it's like watching the shit show. You can't turn away from it, but you want to watch. Like you shouldn't watch it, but you just kind of want to watch it. You know what I mean? And I've seen people's comments on other YouTube channels that have interviewed them. Oh, quit exploiting the family. Your exploitation of the family is gross. No, because if they've been invited to come onto someone's channel and they're willing to go on and have complete Jerry Springer moments, they're doing it to themselves. They could say no. They could say no or no thanks. So they're really willing to do it. It's not the YouTuber's fault. They're saying yes. They're willing to do it. You know, well, yeah, the channels that are scamming money, that's really wrong. Absolutely. That is a real shame. And that's really gross as well. Yeah, you have to get away from it. And so kept popping up in my feed, like for suggestions. Like, I'm like, what is happening? What have I missed? And I'm thinking to myself, what did I miss the last week? Because there's these videos coming out now of them being on other people's channels. Hold on a second. Yeah, a lot of creators profited from this case. Absolutely. A lot of people did. Yeah. And it's the ones that, um, not just that are making videos, it's also the ones that have these live streams, these discussions, the donations, the memberships, the super chats, the PayPal, Cash App donations. I mean, God only knows how much money people have made off of this little girl, you know. You might hear some noise. There's some banging going on. So yeah, so I'm not going to do any more um, Summer Wells readings. We can discuss it or talk about it, but I don't see a need to do that. There's no point. Um, and quite frankly, I don't like to read for children anyway. And after the whole Cleo Smith thing, after that, I was like, ugh, I just, I don't want to entertain it. I really, really don't. I just don't want to, I don't want to get into that, you know? Um, and it's too bad for Summer Wells. I don't think, honestly, I don't think she had a chance with that family. I really don't. I just don't think she had a starting chance with that family. No, that's a good point. Yeah, getting super chats isn't criminal. But if you're claiming you're a fundraiser that's legit, that is criminal. But a lot of people have made money from their super chats and whatnot. Um, and Summer Wells kind of kicked off the summer for true crime, and then it went into Gabby Petito, and then it went into these other cases as well. But she kind of like was the first case out the gate in terms of high profile. It felt like for the summer. Yeah. A lot of YouTubers do lives for 5 or 6 hours straight, all day, all day lives. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of screen time. I mean, I've probably done a 2 hour or 3 hour live. I've never done a 5 or 6er. I would think you would get sick of me at that point. There's some channels that I follow that I've donated to. Um, that I didn't donate because of Summer Wells, but there's some channels that I support and I'm a member on or that I've donated to. Uh, Hold on a second. I'm getting I'm getting bombarded with messages now. It's my daughter. Oh my god, my kid cracks me up. Listen to this, not to get off topic. So my daughter's in high school, and she says to me, she was talking to me the other day. Yeah, well, you got to be real. We were talking about her school. Hold on. We were talking about her school, and she says, "Mom, my school's like a prison." I said, "What do you mean?" She goes, "They do hall sweeps." I said, "Hall sweeps?" She goes, "Yeah, they sweep and do a hall sweep where all the teachers shut their doors, lock them, leave the students out in the hall." And I said, "For what?" She says, "They shut the door, they warn you we're about to have a hall sweep, and they shut and lock the door." So they catch students with their phone, with whatever, and it's called a hall sweep. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's like something out of a freaking prison. They have sweeps in people's cells. And I'm like, my God, we never had anything like a hall sweep when I was in school. Like, how crazy is that? Oh, yeah, Gray Hughes. He gives a lot away, and he proves it too. He shows you. Yeah, he gives a lot away. Girl, I don't know if they do it to catch people with weapons, but they're really, uh, they're really, really strict with the kids having their cell phones, having their phones out. They're really, really strict, but maybe it is for weapons. I have no idea. What are you doing? I'm a baby. I'm a baby. What are you doing? Well, that's cool, Julia. Yeah, the donator can see where their money's going. Yeah, that's cool. Oh my God. I've been wanting to have a cat again. I can't have pets. I really wanna have a dog. I've never had a dog in my adult years, like, I always had cats or fish or whatever, and, um, so I was looking on Instagram this morning at, like, little animal videos, and I came across this cute little account, and it was, how do you pronounce it? It's like this curly white dog, and it's called a Bichon Frise. So cute. And I'm not one, I would rather go to the Humane Society or the animal shelter and adopt a dog. But the Bichon Frise, which I think is kind of like it must be kind of like a dog purse. They're expensive as hell, but they're so cute. I'm just like, ooh, give me one of those. I want a Bichon Frise. And I've never seen one in person, but they look adorbs. Apparently, they have some issues, not with their temperament, but they get like issues physically. But a Bichon Frise, that's the dog that I want. The Bichon Frise. Hold on, I think she's ready to go. Ready to go. Oh, thanks for your visit. Thanks for your visit. Thanks for your visit. Yeah, I follow Gray, but not under Diary of a Mystic. I have a different name, and I've donated to his channel too. But I don't know what the tax cutoff would be in terms of donations to avoid um, YouTube earnings, which I don't even earn that much in YouTube earnings, but I still report what I earn each year. So he earns most likely, it seems like he lives off what he makes off YouTube. So, and then he donates the rest of it or half of what he earns or something like that. But yeah, he's the only one that I've seen that actually um does that and is genuine about that. And that's why I really like him. Even though he hates psychics, I already know this, but he hates people like me. But I like it. Yeah, I've never had a puppy mill dog, but they're really adorable. But I'm really wanting, as I'm getting older, I kind of want to have a little dog. I'd love to have another cat one day, but I miss that, you know, because I'm going to be an empty nester coming up, which sounds kind of scary. Um, and I'm looking at my twilight years and I'm thinking it would be kind of fun to have a dog in my 50s. I've never had a dog as an adult. My family, my parents always had dogs growing up and stuff, but it'd be kind of fun to have a dog. He probably does, Malia. He makes a lot of money. I was thinking maybe he makes about 70 in the 70s, but you could be right. Yeah. That's substantial though, how much he gives away. It's amazing how much he gives away. Yeah, you're not Maliana's channel. Incognito. I'm not Diary on his channel either. An old wolf dog, preferably a mama. That sounds cool. That sounds cool. Yeah, I'd love to have a dog. I'd love to have a dog. Oh, if you're up to it, especially if people are watching this back, if you're up to it, I uploaded a new podcast today. Uh, where is it? Where I talk about um oh Lord, sorry. Where I had this crazy experience last week, which I'll share with you, but I'll put it here. My one bad tarot reader podcast. Oh, a Maltese. She's a weirdo because my mom raised her. Anyway, so I wanted to share this on the One Bad Tarot Reader podcast that uh, last week I had an interesting experience uh, that I felt that was a sign from my mom who had passed away, when I was little. And so I talk about it on the podcast, but I'll give you a little preview. Um, it was so out of the blue. So I was sitting here because on Fridays, my daughter has half day school where we live in the county. They have half days. So the teachers can catch up because they're short staffed and then they like clean the school and clean the classrooms because of COVID. So we're sitting here talking, and I had, um, I was reviewing a video I had done a couple of years ago on my experiences with demons as well as the entity that I encountered when I was 23, the Grim Reaper of 1913, when I lived in Huntington, West Virginia. And so I was reviewing that video because I had put it up like over 2.5 years ago. And so I was now YouTube has these tools where you can chapter things and like chapter a video and all this editing stuff. And I was going through it and looking at it, and I hadn't watched it since then. And when this happened to me, I was 23 at the time. Well, when my mom passed, she was 23 years old when she died. And when I encountered this entity, I was 23, and I thought it was so strange that I had encountered this at the same age that she was when she passed. Because if you lose a parent at a certain age and you surpass their age, or you're the same age as them when they passed, it's a surreal time. It's a surreal moment. Um, so she and I are sitting there talking about it because she's always intrigued by that story, and I don't like to talk about it, but she's always been intrigued by it. So she's asking me questions. And earlier in the day, I had commented on multi poo. I had commented on a thread that I was on social media, and just left a comment. And someone replied to my comment right after, about an hour after we were talking about my mother. And my phone alerted me that somebody had commented, and the person's name was my mom's name. And my mom didn't have a normal, typical, usual, random, name generator. I mean, it's not a common name. And I looked at my phone and I'm like, like the wind came out of me and I'm like, what? And I screenshot it because I'm like, what in the world? And I showed my daughter and she's like, oh my God, we were just talking about her. And I said, yeah. And so I was like, okay. And then we were leaving the house because my daughter had to go to her football game because she's in band. So we're leaving the house when this is happening to me. And so I go, read the comment, go to the person's page. The person had no profile pic. They literally had no information, and it was my mother's name. And so I commented to their comment later on that evening. And I said, "Oh my God, thank you." I said, uh, "I read this, and I was just speaking about my mother who's passed away, who's passed. She's passed." And you commented, "It's my mom's name. It's so weird. Thank you. It made my day, blah, blah, blah." And it just was like, "Thank you." And I even said to my mom out loud, I said, "Thank you, mama. I needed that." And it made me super happy because she heard me. I'm like, that is too coincidental. Isn't that crazy? That's too coincidental for that to occur. Okay. And in my podcast that I did today, I'm not ever going to share my mother's name because it's private, but yeah. And so in my podcast, and I'm also talking about, it's like 27 minutes long. I'm also talking about other experiences I've had with her over the years, and I'm sharing those with you as well. And let me tell you something. When Halloween was here and Samhain and then Day of the Dead and the veil is thinnest and stuff, the veil is I believe is reachable throughout time because she's been gone now for 45 years and I still have contact with her or she connects with me in some manner. It's crazy. So anyway, don't you love that? Yeah, I thought that was quite amazing. It's quite amazing. And I almost forgot about it because I had so much going on this weekend. And so I wrote it down on my calendar just to remember. And I wanted to share it with you guys and to talk about it and stuff. Hi, Jaceel. Yes, she did. She came through. Her name is not a Jennifer. It's not a Lisa. It's not a Becky. It's not a Nancy. It's not a common name at all. At all. And very rarely do I meet someone who has her name. And it was I wonder if I don't know if I deleted the screenshot. I can find it on the thread. But yeah, it was absolutely incredible that that happened. And it made me so happy. I don't get sad about that stuff. It just like really made me happy. Like wow. I'm like, "Hey mom, okay, I see you." Um it's crazy. I don't know if I saved this or not. Screenshot. Yes, I did. I did save it. Yeah. November 5th, 3:55 PM is when it happened, and I screenshot it when it happened. Unbelievable. Last Friday. The craziest thing. It really is. It really is. Um, well, that's what I was wondering, Julia, because I've had moments where uh I've had moments where my phone one time texted someone a message and I didn't text it unless my phone was hacked. But I think they can manipulate your phones and manipulate devices. Um, Maybe they can create Facebook accounts in heaven. I don't know. Yeah, like your name, Malia. One other Malia Obama's, yes, is elected because she thought everyone would name their daughter Malia or Malia. She said it's going to be the new Jennifer. Did it? Did everybody start naming their babies that? Well, I think they can manipulate any electronics. Uh, if they can create Facebook accounts, I'm dead. I mean, what's next? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. Um, and I'm not making this stuff up. This actually happened to me. And it was so random and so out of the blue and so amazing that it, and at the same time, oh, that's the other thing. At the same time, I was texting with my mother's sister, my aunt that lives in Alabama. I was texting with my mother's last living sister, who's almost 80 now. I was texting with my mother's sister. We were talking about my mom because we were talking about my mom's childhood friend who is on Facebook that my aunt is friends with and told me to find this person. And I said, "Yes, I know about this person because they've messaged me before." And so there were two different conversations going on about my mother within a 2-hour period. And then that popped up. I should show my aunt that because I was out the door and gone. But she would probably, because she believes in that stuff too. She would say, Brooke Allen, I believe it was your mother. I mean, she's super Southern Baptist, but she believes in that stuff too. I love the name Malia. That's super pretty. Malia's a pretty name. Julia is a pretty name. I love both of your names. Thank you to my mods. Um, Gosh, I've been on here for almost an hour. That's crazy. Is it Hawaiian for Mary? Really? Wow, that's pretty. Yeah, I have to show her. I have to show her that. Um, I'm still in shock. Yeah. It's one of those things where you're just like having a normal day and then magically that comes out of nowhere and you're like, when you talk about a loved one in conversation or you're just talking about them, you don't really realize at the time that maybe they can hear you or they're listening or seeing your conversation, you know? That's the crazy part about it. It's wild, y'all. It's really wild. But I'm glad I got to tell you guys that. And I'm very grateful, I'm very happy. Uh Shocked, happy, grateful, um kind of like it's just a moment where you kind of feel like, if you don't like feel anything from them, or you walk by their picture every day, and you know what I mean, and then it's just like a reminder that they're still around. Oh yeah, 1111. I've been seeing that lately too. Birds, hummingbird, yeah. Well, that's what I talked about on my podcast because you'll see things like on Pinterest, like signs of a loved one, like a feather, dimes, pennies, a scent of something like a perfume. And I think it's really specific to the person. So if you see specific things, um, like hummingbirds, red-tailed hawks, then that's the message, right? Julia, every time I see 1111, I always make a wish because it's a high manifestation number. So I always make a wish when I see 1111. 1111. But anyhow, Roseanne Barr did a video on 1111. Wow, didn't know that. I love Roseanne. I'm a big Roseanne fan. Yeah, I am burning up in here. Um, yeah, I think if you keep seeing it over and over again, then that's telling you something. Having a hot flash. Do you guys remember the shampoo Prowl? Remember Prowl and the lettering with the P, and it's green, the shampoo's green? Well, I bought some, and it has such a strong scent, it stays in your hair for a long time. And it's distinctive, and so it reminds me of when I was a child because my dad would buy Prowl, and so I'm just gonna sit here and smell my hair. It smells like Prowl. Is she super spiritual? I always wondered that about Roseanne because at the end of the Roseanne show, she always had the icon of the witch on the moon, and she oftentimes would make, like, a witch reference or goddess reference, and I often wondered if Roseanne was, a little witchy or spiritual in that aspect. Don't you love the smell of Prowl? Ooh, shave with it. I have to try that. Well, right now is no shave November for me, so I stopped shaving my legs. I do this every year. You wanna know a little secret? I stopped shaving my legs. I stopped shaving the armpits. I don't do any maintenance. I just let it go. And, of course, I'll do some grooming, but I just stop because it's good for your skin. Let the hair grow out, ladies. It's okay. Um, I mean, who am I trying to impress? So, it's no shave November. I do this every year. Ooh, Gain. Did I get you hooked on Gain? Don't you love it? We went to the laundromat um Sunday, which was daylight savings. Everybody and their freaking uncles out doing laundry. And I'm like, what? They were packed, like 10 cars at the laundromat. I'm like, oh, hell, we're never going to get through this. So we drove to the next town to use the laundromat, had the best time. We're like, yeah, we just came from so and so. And they're like, yeah, we did too. It was packed. Had the best time sharing the dryer. Um, on daylight savings, like, everybody's flipping out for some reason, but I look, everybody has a bottle of Gain. Everybody's using Gain. Gain dryer sheets, Gain liquids, they love their Gain around here, y'all. Everybody had their Gain out. I love the smell of Gain. I love it. I got the Gain candles that somebody told me about one day, and they're not bad. They don't really have much of a throw. Like, on cold, pretty good, but on hot, the throw, about 3, it didn't do too much for me. It didn't do too much. My candles have to be substantial with the throw, okay? Are you obsessed? You gotta gain it out. You gotta I wonder, well, I know they sell Gain car, fresheners, Gain candles, of course, the Gain, in different scents, I like the traditional Gain, the tried and true, that's my favorite. It kinda reminds me of, juicy fruit gum. It kinda smells like that to me in some way, but also smells like something else, and it's some scent from childhood that I loved. Um, yeah, the detergent's more powerful than the candle. The candle doesn't do too much. The candle's not doing too much, um, but it stays on your clothes, though. I've used the Gain, what is it, like the Gain freshener pellets or whatever that you can throw in there too, if you really want an extra oomph, like the little pellets. I think they sell those. Anyway, I don't know what they're called, but yeah, Gain's the bomb. Gain is the bomb. If I was a medium, I'd only use Gain candles or like a Gain smudge stick that smell like Gain. Ooh, I wonder if they have Gain incense. Okay, I'm gonna look that up. If they have like Gain incense cones, I bet you they do. Yep, they do. Gain scented dipped incense cones. They have Gain incense. Somebody makes them. People make them. That's crazy. They actually have Gain incense. I wonder if they're any good. It's on a website called, oh wait, Etsy might have them. I'd rather go with Etsy. Let's see if Etsy has them. You can pretty much find anything anymore. Gain scented incense. hmm They have Gain type perfume body oil. Oh my God. Here you go, Julia. Someone's made on Etsy, someone has made Gain detergent type perfume body oil. Where's it come from? It's free shipping from New Jersey. Here, I'm gonna copy and paste. Go check it out. That's really long. I don't know why it came up like that, but whatever. Maybe it's too long. I think how do I share the link? Oh my god, too much work. How do I share this? How do I share? Aroma Depot. How do I share this? Share it. To share it and share it and share it. Here, let's do this. Here we go. Check that out on Etsy. You can light those little cones in an ashtray. They work good. I haven't had incense in many years. Oh yeah. I use you know what I use? I use my great aunt's cake pan, which is tiered. And so I use the little tier for incense. Sorry. I made a cake out of them once. Um, yeah, they do. They have isn't this great? Yeah, this is for real. This is real. This is really happening. So it's I don't know if it's a roll-on. You can get a roll-on. Oh my God, you can get 8 pounds of Gain detergent perfume. So you can make soap out of this. It's handmade Arabian sandalwood fragrance oil. I don't know what that means. Um, it's crazy. Man, you know what perfume I'm dying to have that I want some more of is pink sugar. It's out of my budget, but when I was when I tried out Scentbird a few months ago, and one of my fragrances for the month was I picked pink sugar, and I loved it. Loved it. Anyway, you can get these dupes on Etsy. You can get these pink sugar dupes on Etsy that people make. So when I get some fun money, there's a ton of them too. When I get some fun money, I'm going to try them. I mean, there's hundreds of people making dupes of perfumes and stuff. So I just wonder how good they are, but they must be pretty good. Don't you love it? Don't you love the internet? It's fun. Um, yeah, I mean, if you have Gain perfume, roll-on perfume, or body oil, I guess it would be people would be like, "Boy, you smell good. Is that Gain?" Why, yes, it is. Thank you. Gee, you smell terrific. Why, thank you. Um, yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to move my. Wouldn't that be funny? Gee, you smell great today. Oh, I've heard about vanilla extract. Does it work? It's an aphrodisiac. Does it work, Malia? Can you like actually smell it though? Or does it just blend in with your skin? Ooh, it does. Stop. All right, I have vanilla extract in the cupboard and I'm going to get some out tonight. And I'm going to go down to the grocery store and I'm going to have vanilla extract behind my ears and I'm going to see if it's going to work. It's an aphrodisiac. We can't smell it. So I guess men just kind of instinctively pick up on it. Like, how you doing? 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 What do you do, just like a little dab? Do you do it behind both ears? Whores wear it. Not kidding. It gets me in between the legs. Ladies, take notes. It does. Ooh, really? Men love vanillas. They like the vanilla cupcakery thing. They want you to smell like a bakery. I think it kind of puts them at ease. Like they have, I think they go back to the womb. Like mom's in the kitchen baking cupcakes, or cookies. It's like some kind of like mother, mother thing. You know, they're going back to the womb. Their mother's love. They want a mama. I don't know. I'm gonna have to try that. I'm gonna have to try that. But first, I have to land myself a man. But in between now and then, I'm gonna try it anyway, just for the general public. I don't want to get drunk off the vanilla extract. If it goes into my bloodstream, I'm like, hey, ma'am, you've been in the produce section now for 2 hours. I think it's time to leave. Unless you're gonna buy something, you're disrupting the other customers. I'm sorry. Just here seeing if my vanilla extract. Um, Betty Ford stacked all the extract in the White House kitchen after they got rid of all the liquor. True story. To not drink it? Oh, yeah, and to not drink it. Ugh. Ew. Mm-mm. Ugh. You know you're an alcoholic if you're doing that. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Good old Betty Ford. Yeah, Stevie Nicks checked herself into the Betty Ford clinic in the 80s to kick cocaine. She went to Betty Ford. True story. All right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna hop off here and finish my work before I have to go to the bus stop later. And I'm glad I was able to come on and hang with you guys and say hello. I should change the title of this live, but I'm just gonna leave it because we've talked about other things. And if you've lasted this long, thank you for being here. Thank you to my mods. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Um, Hopefully today's Tuesday. Maybe I can try to come back on later this week. I always say that, and then you don't see me for like another week. But you know how it is. Thanks for coming on, ladies. Oh my God, she drank it and was still getting drunk. Ugh, ew, that's horrible. I'm gonna go find my vanilla extract when I hang up. All right, love you guys. Have a great rest of your week, and hopefully I'll be back on soon. And oh yeah, wild card. Thanks for coming back on and joining. And Jazeel was here, Flower Child, and Julia. Julia. All right, love you girls. Have a great day today. Love you, Mystic Village. I'm a Mystic Village robot. Be selective, broke is the man eater. Ooh, girl. What kind of man? Younger, older, in between? This will be fun. Malia, I'm going to try it out and then I will report back to you the next time we come on and tell you what happened. I will tell you. Look at those emojis. Look at that. All right, love you, ladies. I'll talk to you soon. Make good choices. Don't hear voices. Anyway, love you guys. Whatever age you desire. All right, love you, girls. Bye.